this is Carolina ThoughtFarmer, and I am stoked to show you our new auto archive feature in ThoughtFarmer today. This is a new piece of functionality that we are launching as part of ThoughtFarmer version 10.6, and it's really intended as an extra tool in your tool belt as an internet manager or a content owner to avoid and get rid of any content clutter on your internet as easy as possible. With our new auto archive feature, you can actually set archive guidelines on any news feeds, calendars, or forums that you have on your internet. And it's very flexible, so you can have a different set of archive rules for different news feeds or different forums across the internet. The nice thing about it, you decide the parameters of the auto archive rule, and then you can set it and forget it, and we'll just take care of all of the cleanup for you. So let's take a look at how it works. And today I'm going to use our company newsfeed on this site to show you how to set up an archive rule. I'll go to my newsfeed. And to set up any sort of auto archive guidelines, I'm going to go into edit mode and do it from there. You'll notice that there is a new option here in the news configuration where I can select the archive posts, and I can then set the time frame of my archive rule. So by default, it's going to suggest here that I archive any posts 12 months after they have been published. Once you choose your time frame, it's going to give you a preview message here to let you know how many posts will be archived once you save this page. So I can say I want to get a bit more aggressive and I want to archive posts 6 months after they have been published. Once I have set that rule here, I can just go ahead and save my page. And now you see that any posts in this newsfeed that are published less than 6 months ago are still here, but the other ones have been archived. And I didn't have to do anything. If I open up my page header here, we can also see that the auto archive rule is displayed here for anybody who visits the page, just as an extra piece of information. So that's a news feed, but we also have the same availability for auto archiving on calendars and on forums. And the rules are just slightly bit different. So I just wanted to show you that as well. I'll go to one of my calendar pages here, the PCU team calendar. Again, if I edit that calendar, I will see the option to archive events on this calendar, but instead of publish day, this archive rule is actually going to look at the event end date. And you can see for this calendar feed here, it's set to delete, or not delete, but archive any events 2 years after the event has ended. Last but not least, let's take a look at a forum page. Our knowledge base here. And if I edit my knowledge base, which is a forum, you can see that in the forum world, it's going to archive topics, different topics within a forum, if you so choose, after a certain amount of time has elapsed since the last activity on that topic, whether that is comments, people liking the topic, or making edits to it. So just a little bit differently, whether you are archiving or setting an archive rule for a news feed, a calendar, and a forum. Now, you can also update an archive rule, of course, right? I may have set an archive rule for my company newsfeed, and later on, I may think, you know what, there's only one item that still shows up here. I was a little too aggressive. I need to alter what that archival rule is. So I can just go back and edit. And if I want to make any changes, you can see that I now have an option to restore all of the previously auto-archived posts. So I'm going to click that, and then it's going to tell me 7 posts that were previously archived will now be restored immediately. I'm going to confirm that. That has now been done. And now I can update my time frame here. So maybe I will say I want to only archive posts 3 years after they have been published. Now I can see that only 5 of those 8 posts will be archived. And so you can really get very flexible in updating those rules. Even if you have archived or set a very aggressive auto archive rule in the past, you can always come back and adjust that and restore any items that have been archived. I'm going to click on save, and now I can see that there is 3 posts that are showing up again. Now, sometimes there might be certain news posts or calendar events that are a little more important than others, and you may actually never want to archive any of those important posts, and you can definitely set an exception rule for those. So let's say the National Day of Mourning is something that I would really like to keep on the internet and want people to be able to find it even long after that post has been published. I will click on it here. I'm going to go into edit mode for this post, and I can see here on the right hand side under publishing options, I can see that the archive date is set for May 2nd, 2024, which is 3 years after it has been published. If I click on that pencil icon though, I can override this, right? The first checkbox is the entire feed's auto archive rule, but if I wanted to keep this one around a little longer, or I want to maybe even archive it sooner, I can select a specific archival date here, or I can just make sure that this content is never archived, and I can do that on a 1-by-1 basis. I'll click on save here, and now I can rest assured that this feed and this particular post will be here for posterity and won't be affected by that auto archive rule. So that is, in a nutshell, how you can use automated archive behavior on ThoughtFarmer. Previously, we had archive dates, but we've never had sort of a feed-wide guidelines around archiving. So that is really something that is new in ThoughtFarmer 10.6, and we are really excited about this and hopefully help our customers set some guidelines, set some metrics in place that ensure that their content stays as fresh and as relevant as possible for their staff on their internet. Thanks so much. We hope you enjoyed, and we're looking forward to hearing your feedback.